in order to basically file or to start a legal business, you basically want to file the appropriate documentation, right? You want to file your EIN number with the federal government to get your tax ID number. So EIN is employee identification number. You file that with the IRS. You can do that online, or you can actually give them a call, and then you can start that way. But before you even get there, you want to figure out what's your name of your company. What are you going to call it? XYZ Corporation, and you want to find out whether or not that name is available. So if you got ABC Corporation, you can go to the federal tax board, or you can go to the Secretary of State of your specific state, find out if that name's available. If that name's available, then you want to go ahead and register that name, and you want to basically file with the Secretary of State and get your proper documentation. Once you do that, and basically it's articles of incorporation if it's a corporation, and it's articles of organization if it's an LLC. If it's a sole prop or sole proprietorship, you want to go to your local city hall, and you want to see if the name is available and do a DBA, doing business as, or a fictitious business name. Once you do that, then you actually, obviously, you have your name or your company. Those are probably the best way to basically get your name or start your company to be legally a viable entity in your state or your city or your local county. I always recommend, in order to start filing for your corporation, you probably want to consult with an expert, a business expert, or an attorney. You want to make sure that everything that you're filing is legally accurate. I've seen horror stories. You can go out and do it yourself, and it's definitely doable, but you want to make sure, you've got LegalZoom out there, but you probably want to consult with with an attorney or a business expert to help you with that process. This way you avoid any issues later down the line. A lot of times I tell customers, or I tell clients or small business owners or entrepreneurs, you want to start with the end in mind, right? So you want to say, okay, what do you want to do? Do you need to raise money? Do you have enough money to file, paperwork and tax returns? And so you want to know exactly what the tax ramifications are for owning your own business. That'll determine exactly where you need to go. You want to file how much paperwork you're going to need to file. Do you need to do minutes? Because when you have a corporation, you have to have minutes. You have to have documentation in order for you to go ahead and keep what they call a corporate veil. We can talk more about that, but those are some of the specific things you need to think about when you're starting a business. Okay, so if you're trying to raise money, are you looking to raise money through investors? That's one of the questions you need to do. You want to go to the bank to raise money. Whatever the case may be, you definitely want to make sure you have the structure to do that. A lot of times companies or people start off with C corporations or S corps, but it's easier to bring in outside money. You can bring in money with friends and family initially, then you can go to angel investors if you're looking to raise more capital, and then eventually VCs or private equity. So it all depends on what you're trying to do, how much money you're trying to raise. And that'll kind of depend on what type of entity you need to set up. But you definitely want to talk with an expert to figure out what it is. And as long as you know what the end goal or end game is, you can work your way backwards. Marketing has really, really changed, right? The old adage of marketing, as we know, a marketing strategy, having a commercial, which is highly expensive, doing print or doing radio ads, is just to the point where if you don't have a lot of money, that's probably not the direction you want to go. Social media is it's the thing to do today. It's not that expensive. You can do Facebook. You can set up a Facebook account for free. You can set up a Twitter account for free. You can do Pinterest. You find out exactly where the demographic or where your core customers are coming from. So if Facebook is appropriate, then you set up a Facebook account. If it's Twitter, or you set up all of them, right? And then you pick the ones you're going to actually be really active in. And then you want consistency. But those are free. You can post for free. You don't need to necessarily pay for anything in that. Obviously now social media is becoming a big thing. Facebook is having ads where you can have ads on Facebook, but you can start off with just friends and family initially. I think the typical Facebook user has at least, I believe the last number was a couple hundred people, 300-400 people that they have friends on Facebook. That's a great start, and it doesn't cost you any money to do that. Business plans vary, and not too many people are writing business plans anymore. So you might need to write a business plan, but typically that's your own internal working. Now, typically you want financials as well. So you've got marketing, you've got operations, and obviously you've got sales. So you want to put all those different ideas or divisions, whatever you want to call it, together. So you want to see what your sales strategy is going forward. What's your marketing strategy? What's your financials? Your financial is how much money you have. How much money is it going to take to allow you to keep running your day-to-day operations? What are your fixed costs? What are your variable costs? Those are all things you want to have in your business plan. That's going to determine exactly what you need to do and have a plan of actions on a day-to-day, on a month-to-month, on a year-to-year. Once you can lay that out, then you can either follow it and you can basically track it to see if you're on track. Are you hitting the numbers that you need to hit in terms of how much profits you need to hit, how much sales? So those are the things you want to look at when you're starting up a business plan. Our core competency is marketing strategy, whether it's social media or reputation management. Those are really our core competence. We also help with business operations in terms of sales. If you need to find out who your target customer is, how do you reach that core customer, and how do you interact with them, we'll help you with that as well. We also offer technology in terms of app development, but that's something that we kind of are adding on to our offering, because a lot of our clients need, they're going on social media, they've got reputation, but they need to be able to get content to put on there. So we're doing app development as well as video for our customers to have content on their actual website. We here at 3BCom are dedicated to serving all of your business needs. We focus on establishing relationships with individuals and companies of any size, whether small, medium, or large, nurturing that relationship over the long term. With our years of experience, let 3BCom maximize your potential.